I'm standing in my bedroom right now, staring at my door. It's 2:58 a.m. In 19 minutes, it's going to open. Not because of wind. Not because of faulty hinges. Not because someone's going to walk through it. It's going to open by itself. Just like it has every single night for the past 47 days. And the worst part, I know exactly when. 3:17 a.m. Not 3:15. Not 3:20. 3:17. On the dot. Every single night. My name doesn't matter. Where I live doesn't matter. What matters is that I need you to understand something before you dismiss this as another ghost story or clickbait. I'm a software engineer. I believe in code, logic, and systems. I don't believe in ghosts. I didn't believe in ghosts. But 47 nights ago, everything changed. And now I can't sleep. Now I just wait. Because knowing it's coming is somehow worse than the surprise ever was. Night 1 it started small, unremarkable, even. I just moved into a new apartment. Nothing fancy. 3rd floor, 1 bedroom. Hardwood floors that creaked if you stepped in the wrong spot. The building was old but not ancient. Built in 1982. No tragic history. No murders. No mysterious deaths. Just a normal apartment building in a normal neighborhood. The first night, I barely noticed. I woke up around 3 a.m. to use the bathroom. Groggy. Half asleep. When I came back to bed, my bedroom door was open. I could have sworn I closed it before going to sleep. I always close it. Childhood habit. Open doors make me nervous. I shrugged it off. Maybe I didn't close it all the way. Maybe the latch didn't catch. I shut it firmly this time. Made sure it clicked. Went back to sleep. The next morning, I forgot about it entirely. Night 2 through 7 the second night, it happened again. Same time. Same door. Wide open. This time, I checked the door more carefully. The hinges looked fine. No visible tilt to the frame. I closed it harder. Really made sure the latch engaged. Even tested it a few times before bed. 3 a.m. Open again. Night 3. I put a chair against the door. Night 4. The chair was moved. Door open. Night 5. I deadbolt locked it from the inside. You can probably guess what happened. At 3 a.m. I woke up to the sound of the deadbolt sliding open. Not forcefully. Not violently. Just sliding. Like someone gently turned the lock from the inside. The door swung open slowly. Deliberately. I sat up in bed, heart hammering, staring at the open doorway. Nothing there. No shadow. No figure. Just the dark hallway beyond. And the dim glow of my bathroom nightlights 50 feet away. I grabbed my phone. 3:07 a.m. Wait. That's not right. It had been happening at 3 a.m. Hadn't it? I pulled up my security camera footage. I'd installed a cheap Wi-Fi camera in my bedroom after night 3, pointing it at the door. Basic precaution. If someone was breaking in, I wanted proof. I rewound the footage. 2:45 a.m. Door closed. Locked. 3 a.m. Nothing. 3:15 a.m. Nothing. 3:17 a.m. The deadbolt slides. The door opens. Slow. Smooth. No hand. No person, just movement. 3:17 a.m. Not 3 o'clock. Not 3:15. Exactly 3:17. I watched it 12 times that morning. Every angle. Every frame. There was no explanation. The lock just moved. The door just opened. By day 8, I was obsessed. I'm a logical person. Problems have solutions. Systems have bugs. This was just a problem I hadn't debugged yet. I started researching. First, the rational explanations. Air pressure. Maybe another door or window opening elsewhere created a pressure differential. So I sealed every window. Closed every door in the apartment. Even taped over the bathroom vent. 3:17 a.m. Door opens. Temperature changes. Wood expands and contracts. Maybe thermal shifts cause the door to warp at that exact time every night. I installed temperature sensors throughout the apartment. Monitored the data. No significant fluctuations. Room temperature stayed between 68 and 70 degrees all night. Humidity constant at 45%. 3:17 a.m. Door opens. Structural issues. Maybe the building settled at that time due to traffic patterns or neighboring activity. I contacted my downstairs neighbor. Asked if he was awake at 3:17 a.m. He wasn't. Nobody in the building was. I checked with everyone. I even hired a structural engineer to examine the door frame. He found nothing. Perfect alignment. No warping. No settling. The door was in better condition than most doors he'd seen in buildings twice as new. 3:17 a.m. Door opens. Electromagnetic interference. Maybe some device turned on at that time and created a magnetic field that affected the lock mechanism. I turned off the circuit breaker for my entire apartment one night. Sat in complete darkness. No electricity. No devices. Nothing. 3:17 a.m. The door opened in pitch darkness. I heard the deadbolt slide. I heard the hinges creak. I couldn't see it, but I felt the temperature shift as the hallway air mixed with my bedroom air. That was night 15. That was the night I started looking into the other explanations. The ones I'd been avoiding. 3 a.m. The witching hour. The devil's hour. The time when the veil between the living and the dead is thinnest. I'd heard the stories. Everyone has. Horror movies love it. 3 a.m. is when things happen, but I'd never given it any thought. Superstition. Folklore. Cultural myth. Except now I was researching it at 2 a.m. with 3 empty coffee cups on my desk, and dark circles under my eyes that made me look like a ghost myself. The more I read, the more I realized how universal it was. Not just Western culture. Not just Christianity's association with Christ dying at 3 p.m. Making 3 a.m. the inverse hour of demonic activity. This was global. Ancient Egypt. Celtic traditions. Asian cultures. Indigenous American tribes. All of them had some concept of a dangerous time in the deep night. A time when spirits were active. A time when the living should stay asleep. But why? The scientific explanations were compelling. Between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., the human body reaches its lowest point in the circadian rhythm. Body temperature drops. Blood pressure decreases. Melatonin peaks at 3 a.m. The brain enters its deepest REM sleep cycles. This is when we're most vulnerable, most disoriented, most prone to sleep paralysis and hallucinations. This is when our pattern-seeking brains, operating in low-power mode, start seeing things that aren't there. Except I wasn't hallucinating. The camera footage was real. The door physically opened. Every night. At exactly 3:17 a.m. Not 3 a.m. 3:17 a.m. That specificity bothered me. If this was supernatural, why 3:17? Why not the traditional witching hour? What was significant about those extra 17 minutes? I searched for historical events at 3:17 a.m. Deaths. Disasters. Anything. Nothing significant. No major earthquakes. No plane crashes. No famous deaths. I researched the apartment building's history. Built in 1982. No deaths in my unit. No deaths in the building at all, actually. Just a normal residential building with normal turnover. I tracked down previous tenants of my apartments through public records and social media. Found 3 people who'd lived here before me in the past 10 years. Messaged them all. 2 responded. The first one, lol no ghosts bro. Why? The second one, weird you ask. I always woke up around 3 a.m. when I lived there. Never figured out why. Thought it was stress. I asked her if she remembered the exact time. She checked her old journal. She documented it because it bothered her so much. 3:17 a.m. The pattern night 23. I decided to stay awake and watch it happen in real time. I made coffee. Lots of coffee. Set up my laptop and camera feeds. Positioned myself in a chair, facing the door with an unobstructed view. 11 p.m. Door closed. Locked. I'm alert and ready. 1 a.m. Still awake. Door hasn't moved. Starting to feel tired but caffeinated enough to push through. 2 a.m. Nothing. Complete silence except the hum of the refrigerator in the kitchen. 3 a.m. Adrenaline kicks in. This is it. Watching the door like my life depends on it. 3:10 a.m. Nothing yet. Heart rate elevated. Hands shaking slightly. 3:15 a.m. Any second now. 3:16 a.m. 60 seconds. 3:17 a.m. The temperature drops. I swear it drops. Maybe 2 degrees. I feel it on my skin before anything visible happens. Then I hear it. Not the deadbolt this time. Something else. Something I'd never noticed before, because I was always asleep or in bed. Footsteps. Not in my apartment. Not in the hallway. Somewhere else. Somewhere distant. Muffled. Like they're coming from below, or above, or behind the walls. The sound doesn't make spatial sense. It's omnidirectional and nowhere at once. The footsteps approach. The door shakes. Not violently. Just a gentle rattle, like someone on the other side tested the handle to see if it's locked. The deadbolt slides open. Smooth. Mechanical. Impossible. The door swings open. 30 degrees. 45 degrees. Stops. Just hangs there. Open. Inviting. The footsteps stop. Unfrozen. Every muscle locked. Every nerve firing. I want to move. Want to scream. Want to run. But I can't. My body won't respond. Then I feel it. That thing you feel when you know someone's watching you. That primal instinct that saved our ancestors from predators. The hair on your arm stands up. Your scalp tingles. Your stomach drops. Something is looking at me from the doorway. I can't see it. The hallway is dark. There's no figure. No shadow. No eyes reflecting the dim light from my laptop screen. But it's there. I know it's there. We stay like that for exactly 90 seconds. Me in my chair, paralyzed. It in the doorway. Invisible. Then the door closes. Not slammed. Gently. Like someone carefully pulled it shut so as not to wake me. The deadbolt slides back into place. The footsteps fade. Temperature returns to normal. It's 3:18 a.m. I don't move until sunrise. After that night, I considered moving. Seriously considered it. Started looking at other apartments. Calculated breaking my lease early. But something stopped me. Maybe it was stubbornness. Maybe it was the sunk cost fallacy. Maybe it was the terrifying realization that the previous tenant experienced the same thing. Which meant this wasn't about the apartment. It was about me. Night 28. The door opens. Something is different. The air feels heavier. More oppressive. The presence in the doorway feels closer. More solid. Night 31. I wake up at 3:17 a.m. The door is already open. I'm standing in the doorway. I have no memory of getting out of bed. I'm sleepwalking. Except I've never sleepwalked in my life. I back away from the doorway. Get back in bed. Pull the covers up. Feel like a child hiding from the monster in the closet. The door stays open. The presence remains. It doesn't leave at 3:18 like usual. It stays until 3:47. 30 minutes. Then the door closes. Night 35. I fall asleep with the door open. It's a test. If I leave it open, maybe nothing will happen. Maybe the entity just wants the door open. Maybe it's that simple. 3:70 a.m. I wake up. The door is closed. Locked. From the inside. I left it wide open. Now it's shut, unlocked. The message is clear. This isn't about the door. This is about control. Night 40. I hear my name. Whispered from the doorway. My actual name. The voice is wrong. Like someone recorded me saying my own name and played it back through a broken speaker. Distorted. Uncanny. I don't respond. Don't acknowledge it. Don't give it anything. The whisper repeats 13 times. Then stops. Night 47. Tonight. Right now. As I'm recording this. I've tried everything. Blessed salt lions. Sage. Holy water. Yes. I tried those. Yes. I felt ridiculous. No. They didn't work. I've tried ignoring it, confronting it, pleading with it, threatening it. Nothing changes. Every night, 3:17 a.m., the door opens. Something watches me. Sometimes it does more. Sometimes it just watches. I've stopped sleeping. 3 hours a night, maximum. Always before 3 a.m. or after 4 a.m. Never during. I can't. The exhaustion is destroying me. I've called in sick to work 6 times in the past month. My boss thinks I have a drug problem. Maybe I do. Maybe sleep deprivation is the drug and I'm addicted to the fear. My friends are worried. My family thinks I'm having a breakdown. Maybe I am. But breakdowns don't unlock deadbolts. Breakdowns don't appear on camera footage. Breakdowns don't make previous tenants wake up at the exact same time every night. I've contacted paranormal investigators. 3 different groups. They all said the same thing. They can come investigate, but they can't guarantee results. They can document. They can measure. They can speculate, but they can't make it stop. Because here's what I've learned after 47 nights. Whatever is opening my door at 3:17 a.m. doesn't want to hurt me. It wants something else. Recognition, maybe. Acknowledgement. Permission. The door opening isn't the haunting. The door opening is the invitation. And every night, I refuse that invitation. Every night, I stay in bed. I don't walk through that door. I don't engage. I don't accept whatever is being offered, because I've researched enough to know that in every story, every account, every warning across every culture, the rule is the same. Don't accept the invitation. Don't cross the threshold. Don't acknowledge the presence. The moment you do, it stops being a visitor. It becomes a resident. It's 3:10 a.m. right now. 7 minutes. I'm sitting in the same chair, same position, watching the same door, recording this on my phone. If anything happens to me, if I disappear, if I'm found in some unexplainable condition, at least there will be a record. 3:12 a.m. 5 minutes. My hands are shaking. I can barely hold the phone steady. I've drunk too much coffee. Haven't eaten since yesterday afternoon. My heart is racing. 3:14 a.m. 3 minutes. The temperature is already dropping. I can see my breath. That's new. That's never happened before. 3:15 a.m. 2 minutes. I hear the footsteps. They're louder tonight. More purposeful. They're not approaching from the distance. They're right outside. Right on the other side of the door. 3:16 a.m. 1 minute. The door is shaking. Rattling in its frame. The deadbolt is vibrating. I can hear metal grinding against metal. 3:17 a.m. The deadbolt. The footage ends at 3 hours 17 minutes and 43 seconds. The door opens. Wider than usual. 90 degrees. Completely open. The camera captures something I've never seen before. A shape. Barely visible. Like heat distortion. Like looking at air itself if air could have mass. It moves into the frame. Towards the bed. I'm sitting in the chair. Phone in hand. But I'm not moving. Not paralyzed this time. Just watching. The shape pauses at the foot of the bed. Hovers there. Then it turns. Faces the camera. Faces me in the chair. At 3:18 a.m. Exactly, the shape collapses. Disperses. Like smoke in wind. The door remains open. I remain in the chair. At 3:19 a.m. I stand up. Walk to the door. My movements are mechanical. Stiff. I reach for the door handle. The footage cuts out at 3 hours 19 minutes and 23 seconds. I'm writing this from a hotel room 300 miles away. Left the apartment 4 days ago. Broke my lease. Lost my deposit. Don't care. Before I left, I checked the camera footage one more time. What I saw, I can't explain. Won't explain. Because you wouldn't believe me. But I will tell you this. On night 48, I wasn't the one opening the door from the inside anymore. I was the one standing in the hallway, looking in. And something else was in my bed. Sleeping. At 3:17 a.m. I watched this thing wake up in my body. Watched it check the phone. Watched it close the door. Watched it live my life. The apartment is still rented under my name. The utilities still run. The cameras still record. Every night at 3:17 a.m., my door opens. Every night, that thing pretends to be scared. Every night, it refuses the invitation. Because it doesn't need an invitation anymore. It's already inside. And the real question, the question that keeps me awake in this hotel room, in this new city, 300 miles from a place I no longer recognize, is this: when did it switch? Was it night 47, when I saw the footage? Was it night 40, when I heard my name? Was it night 1, when I woke up and the door was open? Or was it before that? Before the apartment? Before the move? How long has it been me? How long has it been? The recording ends there. Uploaded to an unlisted YouTube video at 4:47 a.m. from an IP address in Nevada. The account has no other videos. The user hasn't responded to comments. The apartment in question has been rented to a new tenant. On their third night, they messaged the landlord. Quick question: is it normal for the bedroom door to open by itself around 3 a.m.? Just want to make sure the AC isn't causing pressure issues. The landlord responded, "That's odd. Never had that complaint before." The tenant never replied. Their lease shows them as current residents, but their social media accounts haven't been updated in 34 days. And every night at 3:17 a.m., if you call their number, someone answers. They sound exactly like the tenant. They say everything is fine. They say they love the new apartment. They say they're sleeping better than ever. But if you listen carefully, really carefully, underneath their voice, you can hear something else. Footsteps approaching from inside the walls.